and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Let's get ready to rumble!
This one by Mattingly. Oh, hang on to the roof.
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. 5 seconds left in the game. You believe in miracles? Yes! Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
No. What is going on?
Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner.
Okay. Saturday show, of course. All right. Jeez. Well, welcome back to Sports and Sorts. This is episode 141. This Saturday morning. We are at November 24th. We go live on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday mornings. You can find us on iTunes, anywhere podcasts are played. And for the audio-only version, I am one of your hosts. My name is Shane Moore.
And I'm the Bry Man.
Yeah, the Bry Man. He's here. That worked out. At least that happened. No more technical difficulties. But anyway, you can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Shane and the Bry Man, or follow the show on Twitter at Shane and Bryman. And what's on tap for today? We have the match happened between Phil and Tiger. Phil took home $9 million. I watched from 2:15 until it ended. I have a few thoughts on how it could be improved and just to talk about it in general. We also have Week 12 NFL picks, a couple less teams playing than normal, but we will still have our picks for this week. And anything else that you guys want to talk about on the show today, just post your comments and we will talk about them. We got a great show. Let's go.
You are listening to Sports and Sorts with Shane and the Bry Man.
I think my chair's low. There we go. That's better. Sometimes your chair just sinks, you know? You ever have that?
Yeah, no. Usually I have to.
Your chair doesn't just sink occasionally.
Doesn't just
Maybe
happen.
it's just an old chair.
I think you maybe the hydraulics are going on you.
Yeah. It's either that or I'm putting on weight again. Either one of those things.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that could be it. The heaviness of the bird. The fried bird. How was your bird, by the way? I haven't talked to you since then.
Which one? They were both good.
They were both good?
They were both good.
Doing
Yeah, we
oven
did.
and a fried?
Oven and a deep fried. Yeah, I did have to do that deep fried in the garage. I could not go outside. The wind was too high.
Really?
So I had to keep a really close eye on it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, because I was fine. I actually was able to smoke the bird outside. It was the first year that I was able to keep the temperature at like 225 pretty much the whole time. 6 hours, 225. Pulled it out. It was gorgeous, delicious. It was amazing. And the deep fried bird, I had no issues with it in the backyard. We have. I mean, as you've seen, we have like a fence. There's like trees around.
You have some obstructions.
Yeah,
we have none.
It was
It's
windy,
just
but
wide
it
open
wasn't
spaces.
horrible. Yeah, it wasn't horrible for us. So, yeah, we were lucked out. I had the garage as a backup plan, and I also had like certain big, huge umbrellas to hopefully like change the wind direction, all that stuff, just in case. But didn't have to do it. It's just everything worked out pretty well as far as the birds go.
Yeah.
All right. So good Thanksgiving, I assume.
It was good. Yes.
Yeah, I had a great
Thank
one
you.
too.
And yours was good.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. The kids were great all day, which is amazing. You know, whenever they're, in a good mood from when they wake up until they go to bed, that's a win.
I'm just glad I got through injury free after flag football because, I will tell you this though. So, we do that in the morning.
Yep.
I go down to West Hartford, play flag football for basically 2 hours. And man, oh man, was my body just killing me that night, I should say. Because once you get
joints
home,
or muscles?
Everything. It all hurt. I could barely get up the stairs that night. Like, barely get up the stairs.
Wow.
And I was like, and I knew I had to do Christmas decorating yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, how am I going to be able to do this? So I couldn't get to Christmas decorating yesterday until about 2 in the afternoon, which is why I was up till 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
This morning. And we still have stuff to do. We still got to do the outside. We still have to do the tree. The tree is its own separate monster.
Yeah, you guys have no idea. I mean, if you haven't been to Brian's house around the Christmas season,
Christmas is everything.
You have no idea what you're going to. Speaking of Christmas being everything, coffee. Coffee's great all year long, right? Coffee Mate, not a big fan of their creamers usually, but they intrigued me with this peppermint mocha that they came out with, this creamer. And I love this creamer. It is delicious. It reminds me of chocolate milk. Of like a hot chocolate on a Christmas morning when I was a kid. That's what it reminds me of. And that right there is, I cannot wait to have this coffee with this creamer on Christmas morning. Like, I am already looking forward to it a month away. And I can't wait to wake up and have this be my first cup of Joe that morning. I'm very, very much excited about that. 31 days and counting.
Exciting.
Christmas is great. All right, Elf on the Shelf will probably be coming out soon in all these people's houses. I can't wait to see all those pictures.
I've seen those posts on Facebook. I hate those things.
Can't do it yet. I mean, I don't even take Elf on the Shelf out until December. December 1st is when he comes. You know, that's when the Elf on the Shelf. That's when he comes. He helps out. Starts in December, and then he goes a little crazy the last week. Of Christmas, you know, it does start throwing disco parties and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
I got yelled at once for touching one of those. My sister-in-law yelled at me once for years ago. I had no idea what the hell it was. I'm like, what's with this thing? And I moved it, and I got talked to, and I was like, all right, I don't have time for this crap. Some elf that I moved, and you're gonna yell at me for this? We're gonna move on from that.
Can't touch it. Elfie has to leave if you touch him.
Elf on the Shelf. Well, then be gone. Go back to the North Pole.
You're no help to us.
Nobody have time for you. Yeah, you see what had happened was I touched the elf. And all hell broke loose.
I touched the elf and the kids didn't have Christmas. Aww. All right. So we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about the match. The first thing up is the match. Phil Mickelson won. I'm going to see if I can pull up a quick tweet too, because I want to play something live on here after he won, which I thought was kind of funny.
While you're doing that, I will tell you that if for no other reason than just completely blowing up the internet and social media, they should do this again. I don't care with who. I don't care if they do a Phil Tiger again. Mm-hmm. But holy crap.
The rematch?
The rematch. And I'll tell you what, I mean, given the outcome, the fact that it had to go to extra holes, it would be worth it to do another one of them. Yeah. And then maybe you have to do a rubber match if Tiger wins the next one.
I will tell you, Phil, from hole 12 on, looked nervous.
Did he?
He looked like he was it looked like he was playing for $9 million. He looked nervous. And you could tell, he was playing good. But he looked after every swing, he just kind of had this look on his face like he's mentally exhausted.
Well, look, this thing is an exhibition, right? It didn't really matter to either guy. $9
million is more than Phil's ever won on tour in a year.
Yes, no question about it. I mean, one of these guys is worth what? Almost
Bill.
1.5 bill, and then Phil's worth $375 million.
He makes about $40 million a year. Yeah.
I mean, so these guys are both loaded. The money is not really the issue here.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk about a guy needing it more than the other, it would have been Phil needing it more, not for the money, just because you could say, well, at least I got this over Tiger, because I can't touch him in majors, and as far as the two of them ever going head to head on a major, down the stretch,
doesn't happen often.
Doesn't really happen often. So I mean, if anyone needed it of the two,
and it was Phil. You also have all these other golfers that are out there too. That one could be shooting really well, and they have to focus some of their attention on them. Because this guy's making a charge, or all that kind of stuff. You don't you don't get to just strictly focus on these two guys.
But as you know, golf of any of the sports is the least head-to-head of anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really
like one versus the field, yeah.
It's you within yourself. It's you against that ball. I mean, that's really what it is. But I will tell you though, just to get back to my original point, if nothing else, a built-in reason for doing this again is just how much this was talked about yesterday on social media.
And I think that's the main reason why they did it.
Every time I did, so I went into Twitter, right, and I typed in the match, and I just, I clicked on latest, and every time I could do a refresh every second, and there would be like another 40 feeds. Yeah. It just was cranking them out. Every single second was like an additional. I mean, you're talking like hundreds and thousands of tweets every second. Yeah. It was going bonkers. I don't actually remember. I mean, I've done like tweeting during the World Series. I've done tweeting during during like a Super Bowl. This was insane. So it was very heavily talked about. I'll tell you, if you need another reason to do it, I don't know what the pay-per-view buy rates were. I'll be curious to hear that, but man, I mean, you got people talking, and you had a fun event, and you had some trash talking, and Phil won, and for us that was cool. But I mean, you got to do these. You got to do another one of these. I can't see a reason not to.
Yeah, it was entertaining. But here's a little clip after. I'm not going to show the video, but you can obviously hear it. This is a clip when they were handing Phil the money.
You're into fashion. Would you like to open that? This is a fine Italian leather belt, and look at that.
Is it
belt
big enough?
Buckle.
Is it big enough for my waist?
No.
I thought you were going to win.
See, you didn't have to do that to yourself.
They made it in tiger size. That's typical right there. Not cool, guys.
So they made it tiger size, just expecting that he would win. But it was very entertaining. Obviously, it's just the belt buckle.
You know what's funny? I mean, I don't know about you. I actually thought Phil would win this. And we didn't do predictions on the last show, and I was kind of kicking myself for not doing it, because I actually did think Phil would win. I thought that this sort of event maybe kind of played into his strengths a little bit.
I mean, they both have a buttload of money, and they like to gamble, but Phil is known as the gambler.
Yeah, I thought, this was one of those events where you could take more risks and not have to worry about losing a major or anything like that. This is bragging rights only. I mean, again, the money to me is inconsequential, because for these guys, $9 million isn't a lot of money. For you and me, that's
a fifth of his money per year.
I don't know.
That's a lot of money. He looked. You should have. I wish you watched the whole match, because.
But when you're worth $375 million. It's not life or death. Like, for you or me, that would have been like life-changing.
If you took a fifth of your money and then bet it on something that you were really good at, would you ever do that?
A fifth for the year, and
bet on it.
If we're talking about what I'm worth, no. But if you're talking about what he's worth, yes.
But it doesn't.
It's so different.
It's not.
It's very
$9 million. Then why was he terrified?
If you're worth, well, because he did. Again, it's a bragging rights issue. He didn't want to lose that. He didn't want to. Tiger's got everything else up on him in golf. Phil could at least say, "All right, I got this."
Well, yes, I agree. But Tiger, they were both missing easy putts.
Oh, Tiger, yeah, I saw some of the ones that Tiger missed. Tiger missed that one, from like 3.5, 4 feet?
There was some serious nerves involved in this, because $9 million is not chump change.
I don't think the nerves had anything to do with the money. I think it had all to do with one of these guys not wanting to have to give up bragging rights to the other for however long until they do this again.
Yeah, I have to say the money was at least part of it.
I think the best thing would be in a major next year. It doesn't have to be the Masters, but at some point in a major next year, if by some miracle these two are in the final pairing, boy, oh boy, that would just be unreal.
Yeah.
It really would be unreal, because it would... I mean, first of all, not that you needed the match to build in any additional drama for something like that, but to have it already there in hand, and then, it's easy for the announcers, like, well, Phil and Tiger coming down the stretch of the Open here, who's, are we going to have the same result as the match, or, is this one going to go for Tiger? Can Phil finally win a U.S. Open? I mean, there'd be a lot of drama. It'd be It'd be fun. I thought that was a fun event, though, as far as exhibitions go. Mm-hmm. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. I really liked it a lot. I mean, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I watched it from 2:15. I thought the banter before was really good. I thought it brought some humility to these players. Like, you get to see, for instance, like Tiger on like the second or third hole, he hit it and he shanked it into the woods. And he's actually walking towards his ball. And as he's walking into the woods, you can hear him. He just goes, "This sucks." Like, he's just like, and it's so awesome to hear him say that, like, because he knows he has a really difficult shot coming out. He's not sure how he's not going to be able to try and reach the green. He's just going to have to try and get close to the green. He's just like, and the humility that it brought kind of like shines the light. And I think for upcoming golfers, it kind of gives them some hope. Like, oh, okay, he does this too, because you don't get to see that all the time. Like, you usually get to see him shank it. You don't get to see him walk in the wood, and you just think that he goes there and just goes and plays because he's awesome. He actually has these thoughts like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I can't believe I did that. I suck. This sucks. And I thought it did a good job. I thought that was something that, a lot of younger golfers should probably watch. And they miss big putts in big spots, which I thought was huge. I mean, Tiger missed less than a 4-footer to have Phil go up early on, which was huge. I mean, Phil, he got within birdie distance on that first hole, and he did not make it. It was a lot of clutch things that happened, and they missed opportunities there, and which I think would be good for upcoming golfers. Now, you could tell Phil, I'm telling you, was extremely nervous, particularly on the last several holes. He even admitted it. He was like, he said after one of his swings, he was like, this is nerve wracking, guys. This is like, I'm nervous. And then Tiger hilariously looks at him. He's like, nervous? I'm not. Like, you could tell, like, he's trying to get in his head and all that kind of stuff at that point in time. So that was kind of good, like the back and forth a little bit. The mind games were a little too subtle in my mind. Like the trash talk and the mind games of it all were a little too subtle, a little too trying to be smarter about being, getting to the other person's head. Like, Phil was, really amping up Tiger, telling him how good he used to be, and like, oh, I can't believe he used to be able to do this and that, and like really just trying to get him so that, because that's something Michael Jordan was known to do. Michael Jordan would befriend, like, the star players. Like, he was friends with Patrick Ewing. He was friends with Charles Barkley. He was, like, good friends. And all these guys, like Jeff Van Gundy, I remember there was a famous quote that he used to say that he is playing you. He is not your friend. He is trying to butter you up so you don't play hard against him so he can dominate you. That's what he does. And that's, so that's what it is. Like, you don't play as hard against your friends, which some people would say the other way. But I feel like there needed to be more trash talk. And Charles Barkley even put it perfectly. He said that golfers don't talk trash. They just don't know how. And he was like, neither one of these guys have ever been in a fight in their life. Like, they have no idea what to do. Like, this is like, and Charles Barkley was pretty funny during that. But he even, he said it perfectly about they don't know how to talk trash. And that's the thing. Like, I think they need to figure out a way to lower the overall purse of this match. Like, and I feel like it can be improved, this match play. They need to lower the overall purse to like something normal, like $1 million, like or whatever. Don't go crazy. Donate a lot of that other money to charity. Like, they are raising millions of dollars for charity. That's a huge deal, and I think that the side sauce, as they kept on calling it, should be upped. I think that you have to do more betting because that will allow for more fun and banter going through the whole match. So I feel like that should happen. That should be more of a focal point. Like, and all that side sauce. Then you can decide if you want to have that be the money that they take home because they're betting their own money. But at the end, whoever loses has to donate the $5 million to charity or something like that, something crazy, just to up the stakes, but in a different way. Or they just donate all that money to charity anyway, and then they donate the money that they play for charity. So this way it means a little bit more if they're writing the check at the very end and handing it over to the charity of that person's choice. I just feel like there needs to be more of that. And another key to making it better, I think that they should do something to make it more fun, like throwing some flags. I think like having each player gets like a flag or two, and they can do it at any point in time. Like as long as they do it before the person makes contact with the golf ball, then the person has to take that golf ball and take the shot again. Like you can ice the kicker or all that kind of stuff, or you can place a bet. Like you throw it, you place a bet. I think if you get in within 10 feet, we'll do this. It's another $200,000 if you can get in within 10 feet. You want to take the bet and see if they go, and then they have to hit the shot over again. So I think that could be kind of fun, if they have a flag or two. It's very much in tune with a lot of the other sports that are out there. Football obviously throws flags. Baseball has their timeouts, kind of, sort of, that they can go and challenge. So I think that would make it kind of fun. But the other thing that they probably shouldn't do, is have the playoff hole shaped like a phallus.
Yeah, that was the real talk. I remember doing the refresh, and all of a sudden the word penis just kept showing up constantly.
Yeah,
and I was like, "What is going on?" Like, wow, it's getting real weird there.
Yeah.
There were some, I guess, Bleacher Report had some major pay-per-view issues too, to the point where they just had, to the point where people were complaining so much they were getting the feed or whatever, and the stream was having a hard time showing up, and I think they had to basically provide it free. Just open platform, and people were able to go in and watch. So
wow,
yeah, it was it's not what you want.
Yeah, get up those servers. You plan on hosting something like that?
I'm trying to find like what the buy rates were, but I'm having a hard time with it. Mm-hmm. And
those will probably come out next week sometime.
Yeah, if you're having those kind of issues, that probably means that there was a lot going on, or it just could be because Bleacher Report doesn't really have
they don't have the infrastructure
with that sort of technical setup,
Yeah, they don't have the infrastructure for it, probably.
Yeah.
I would really like to hear if anybody's watching how they think they would improve it.
What would you grade this event overall?
I was very entertained. I loved the beginning. I loved watching them, when they were hitting at the range. Their preparation in between every swing was awesome to watch. Like, the one thing that I wish that there was more of, I'd probably give it a B+. Because the one thing I would like more of is the trash talk, and I would like more betting. Because I thought that's what I was really expecting. Like, they had multiple times where they said they were probably going to swear, and that there would be swearing on it, and there was nothing. And there was a point where they were just kind of quiet and not even talking to each other, because I feel like they really felt particularly in the second half.
Yeah.
The 12 through 18, they were just so concentrated on like beating each other.
Yeah, well,
that
their competitive nature is going to take over.
That's why I think you would need to do it. I think you would need to you'd need to up the stakes in a different way. Like you'd have to do it to kind of make it more, because that's part of it. I mean, it was awesome to see Phil win all that money and everything, but I mean, when it comes down to it, he's millionaire already. He's a multimillionaire, so you got to up the stakes with doing the side bets to really make it kind of hurt a little bit more.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. That's just how I feel. Clint, a regular here on Sports and Sorts, he said it was great and he would buy it again. I don't know if you saw the setup that he has. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
4 TVs.
But he's got golden tees.
Yes.
And that is just, oh my God.
That's my favorite arcade game of all time.
Oh, it's up there for me. I used to, when we worked at HAI Group, I used to go, we never did this, but this might have been, I don't know if it was before or after you came. I feel like it might have been after, but.
Yeah.
Todd, do you remember Todd Disk?
If I saw his face, I'd probably recognize him.
Todd was in IT. He and I would go on lunch all the time to that place in Vernon. It was not Vernon, I'm sorry. It was the place that you could, like, see in Southington, I think. You could actually see it from the highway if you were, like, driving 84 East. Okay. You could see it, like, from the highway. It was, like, on a ledge.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist anymore. We would go there for lunch, and we'd play Golden Tee all the time. Oh, my God. That game is addicting.
Yeah. I dropped so much money in that game, yeah.
Oh, man. He was good, too. I think he beat me every time. He was like a pro.
When I owned the nightclub, we used to I had a Golden Tee machine there. I used to play several times every day. And we would have we held tournaments Within like all the employees and a couple of the regular customers, we held tournaments like where it was somebody who won hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
And I won,
awesome.
I think 3 or 4 tournaments.
Yep.
I really like that game a lot. Whenever I see that game anywhere, I'm like, I'll start playing and I'll be like, this ball's all off calibration and all that kind of stuff.
The roller ball's sticking.
Yeah, what the heck's going on with this? Up your game, here, whatever bar I'm at right now. But yeah, Golden Tee, that is I love that game. I love that game so much. That is my favorite arcade game of all time. And like, I loved like, Tecmo Bowl and Tekken and, things like that. Like, I love those games, those arcade games, but there is nothing like that. Yeah. That game, because you pay like what, $5 or $3. I don't remember how much it was, depending on which version you had.
Yeah.
But you pay that money and you play for like 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, it was worth it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it was like a nice, long event. You could play, have fun, do some cool shots, and oh man, I love that game. That's the arcade game I will eventually have in my basement at some point in time. But they're so expensive.
Yes, I don't know what that thing costs. I would guess $3,000 if I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them for like $1,500.
A decent used one.
Yeah. There's a lot of arcade places that will. They have refurbished ones that you can rent them out to places and all that kind of stuff, and you can get them from them. The problem is that then you have to do all the maintenance on your own, which can be a little difficult. I love that. I love that game. That was amazing. That's an amazing game. All right, let's switch topics. Let's head on over. We'll get away from golf for a little bit. If you guys want to keep talking, just let us know. We only have like 10 minutes left in the show.
Get in the hole!
So we played some golf. Holy cow! Clint just said
4,100 new.
4,100 new.
Yeah.
Woo! Get in the hole.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah, man, that's so good. I love that game. All right. So, do they have financing options?
For a monthly payment of $79.99.
Can I just pay $5 at a clip like I would every until I pay it off? All right. So let's get into NFL. I have one game this week. You have one game this week. Yes. Because there's just not as many games. There's not a lot of good games playing this week. There's a couple of good ones, and I think that we picked them. So I took the Giants. I'm sorry. I took the team that shall not be named versus the Eagles, and the team that shall not be named, if they win against the Eagles this week.
Then they're in this division race.
I will name them again because then I think they'll have won 4 games this season, which is great for me as a Bills fan.
Which would put them there. Where is that game, by the way? Is that game in New York?
Philly.
That's in Philly, okay.
Yeah.
It would have been a little more intriguing if it was in New York because the Giants really, I'll name them. They could really make a mess of things in there. And I don't just mean make a mess of things as in like knocking people off. We're talking like they would step into this division race.
Yeah.
The best team is 6-5. And Dallas they're playing well, but I would by no stretch call any of these teams
their defense is good,
in this
but
division.
Their offense is like limited to Ezekiel Elliott.
I refuse to call any of the teams in this division good. They're all there. They're competing with each other, but I can't call any of them good.
Yeah, Philly was killed. Philly's killed by injuries, so that's going to be tough for them this year. Plus,
and the Redskins, I'm sorry, you're just not going to win a division. I mean, as bad as that division is, you're not winning it with Colt McCoy.
No.
Even if you went in with a lead on the division with Colt.
100%.
I mean, that's not going to happen. So now, to me, they're actually the odd team out, and I would say it's between the other 3.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I have the
really
Giants' defense in this game. I have them better than the Eagles because the Eagles' secondary is just brutally hurt. I mean, they're just terrible right now. They have similar weapons on offense. Obviously, Wentz is better than Eli, but Saquon is far better than anything the Eagles have at running back. Odell Beckham Jr. is due for he's going to have a huge game against the secondary. He's better than anything that the Eagles have as far as offensive weapons go. I expect him to go like 8-10 receptions, maybe 120 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, maybe at least 1 touchdown. Barkley, he's going to have a huge game. He's going to have like 20 carries, probably for 100 yards. Sprinkle in like 5 receptions with a touchdown. If I was the Eagles here is that I would actually Golden Tate and turn him into a kind of a running back. Because they don't have any options right now with their running backs. They should kind of shift him over. He has the versatility to be able to do that. And I think that they could use him as, maybe 10, 12 carries a game and sprinkle him out and just throw to him in the flat. Just kind of get him out, and you would be able to utilize his talent more, use his speed. But I don't think they're going to do that. If they do, I think that would be really good for them. But I think it's going to be a close game, and I have the team that shall not be named actually winning this game in Philly, 28-24, which means they will lose. But I do have them winning. We can't really get into the spread anymore. I can't really talk about it. Why? But we're not allowed to because it hurts something. It hurts our overall views if we start talking spreads. So we're not allowed to do that for the short term. I'm working on it. But anyway, we will. I say they win 28-24.
You have the Giants winning?
I have the team that shall not be named winning.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I have.
So you go with a little bit of an upset on the road there.
Yes, I think most people are not taking the Giants.
And I'm actually going with a little bit of an upset on my game too on the road. I have the Seahawks at the Panthers, 5-5 at 6-4. And I'll tell you what, this to me is a game of teams that I think are maybe starting to trend in opposite directions. I'm a little bit worried about the Panthers right now. They're still pretty solid defensively, but they just, outside of McCaffrey, they honestly don't scare me that much on offense. I know they can put points on the board. I know they have weapons. I know Devin Funchess is decent but underutilized. Greg Olsen is older but still solid. Mm-hmm. But this game, I'll tell you what, Cam, if he's blowing up and not playing well, this team really could get run out of any building. And I feel like even though the Seahawks are only 5-5, I kind of like just the way that they're trending right now. They are playing way better right now, and they look like a tough out. They're one of those teams that could make the playoffs as a 6 seed if they they're gonna have to win. I don't know if they're gonna have to win out, but they're gonna have to win a lot. They're gonna have to win a lot more than they lose. But this is one of those ones where I think they go into Carolina and steal one on the road. And I think it's one of those ones that's gonna leave a lot of frustration in the Panthers locker room. I think you're gonna see some guys start to call each other out a little bit because I just don't like the way Ron Rivera's team is playing right now. They've got a bad look and feel to them, and whereas I think the Seahawks, even in that loss that where the Rams beat them, I think it was like 36-31. They hung tight in that game. I mean, actually, at some point, I think a lot of people felt like, wow, Seahawks are going to win this game. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, I like the way that they're playing, even though it's on the road. I think Russell's getting it together. I'm still a little bit worried about the Seahawks running game. They've got to just pick a guy. Penny, Carson, who's it going to be? Like, Give me a tailback to focus on here. They're a little bit all over the map, but I like them on the road on this one. I'm going to go with a score of 24-18 Seahawks on the road.
Huh? All right, so you have Seahawks
with an upset win, 24-18 on the road. 24 upset win.
First the Panthers, huh?
And that would put both teams at 6-5, which could be significant, by the way.
All right, and now we will go on to the. I would have to say this was probably.
I would say so.
Packers at Vikings, Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Last time they faced off, it ended in a tie.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
Well, the Packers haven't really played well against anyone recently other than the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And I don't... The Vikings desperately need a win. I like the Vikings in this game. I'm not going to go too heavy into the details, but to me, the Packers are very much a one-dimensional team to me right now. They can throw the ball well. I mean, they have been running the ball better. It looks like maybe they have their running back here in Aaron Jones, but... I just don't like the way they're playing in general. The defense is just not good. And the Vikings at home on their track there should be able to score. I see a lot of Stephon Diggs. I see a lot of Thielen, assuming he plays and is healthy. I think it's just going to be a little too much for the Packers defense. I mean, I think Rodgers will get his. He'll have some points. He'll put points on the board. But I gotta go with the Vikings at home here, 34-26. Vikings, and the cat agrees with me. And I'm gonna let her upstairs so you can take me off camera because she's annoying. She's done.
All right, so I'm with you here. I do have the Vikings winning as well. I said the last time that they played, they ended up in a tie. This right here, for me, this could be where the Packers end up not making the playoffs at all this season. I really feel like this could be the end of the road for them. The Pack have been playing. They've been playing poorly and in crunch time. You know, whether it's their defense not allowing them to give the ball back to Aaron Rodgers to give him enough time, or their special teams blowing it to, not give Aaron Rodgers enough time to come back and make that last chance. And I love Aaron Rodgers, but their team just isn't getting it done. And McCarthy, I feel like he's going to be out. And I would actually like to hear if Brandon Blaine, if he's watching this, he's a Packers fan. If he thinks that McCarthy should be out, I'd like to hear that. But I think that this right here will be huge for Aaron Rodgers in the future if McCarthy leaves. I think that then they're going to hopefully focus on the offensive line a little bit more. They'll focus on the actual the weapons on how to make Aaron Rodgers, let him be Aaron Rodgers. Whereas I think McCarthy kind of holds him back a little bit, which could be good. It could be. I don't know, because we haven't really seen anything other than that. So I would like to see him play without him to see how well he does. Maybe get another coach that can either really beef up that defense, or have a GM that comes in and really helps with build around that offensive line, help give him one more really good weapon, either a running back, a tight end, something that he can utilize, preferably a running back. They could really use that. Clint says, what about Bills Jags? They're both just not good. I think Josh Allen's going to start, though, which will be good. And, for the Bills, the Jags should win that game. But
that is good for the Bills. You need him to get reps.
Yeah.
You really want him to get as many reps as he can in these last handful of games going into next year so that he's really ready for 2019.
Yeah. And I have the Packers in this one. I have the Packers losing this one as well. I have the score at 30, Vikings, to 25. I think I just put a really weird number in there for
what was mine? 34-26?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
36-24.
36-24, sorry. My dyslexia is kicking in again.
I think it's just going to be another time where either the defense lets Aaron Rodgers down, special teams lets him down, or like a running back fumbles, or something weird happens where they just don't allow him to make that last drive and win the game because they have to score a touchdown. And I think it's just going to happen again and be blatantly obvious. We got to do something about this. The team is just not stepping up for him. But, Aaron Rodgers has come back and, ran the table before. He could do it. I wouldn't put it past him. But,
yeah, this doesn't feel like one of those RELAX moments for him, though. There's just – it's just not there for the Packers. There's just – the defense is just not good. McCarthy, I think, has run his course. I think he will be gone at this point.
Yeah. All right, so and before we head out, we gotta talk a little sorts, because the Lion King trailer, official trailer, a regular length trailer, dropped.
Yeah, looked really good.
It does.
I'm very excited.
Looks very similar.
That.
I like Favreau does a really good job adapting animation to live action. He's just incredible.
If nothing else, if you knew Jon Favreau was involved, it almost seems like a guaranteed W, it's gonna be good. I liked it though. I liked it. I loved hearing, James Earl Jones as Mufasa. It looks like it's gonna be a really, really good live action movie. I love them showing the very classic Lion King scene, with Simba being, held up. and and basically the animal kingdom kind of bowing down. It was, but the voice overlay with James Earl Jones was really cool, and what he was saying. I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm sure I'll be crying. I'm sure it's going to be a tearjerker. Scar's going to kill Mufasa, and I'm going to be like, no, I knew it was coming, but no. I don't know. What did you think? I thought it looked good. For a teaser trailer, I thought it looks good.
It gave you just kind of what you thought. I mean, it kind of resembles the old Lion King, like the trailer, like kind of. It looks good. It does. It really looks good. I can't wait to see all these. But I am disappointed that Jeremy Irons. How did they not get him back for Scar?
Yeah, I don't know.
So iconic, that voice.
It would have been good. It would have been perfect. I know he's very much alive and kicking. Maybe Favreau just wanted to, to
change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. But
that was a little disappointing. That's the only thing that I would say is a little disappointing about that. Is that they didn't get the original Scar to do the voice.
Yeah.
That's the one that everybody looks at, like their Scar's voice. Like that is like the iconic. It's like Vader,
Yes.
It's got that kind of, I'm disappointed. A little disappointed. But other than that, looks great. Favreau, he's amazing. He's just getting better and better. Come here. You want to come in? Sure.
Favreau doesn't mess that much. Oh, there's the cutie. Hi, Isla.
She can't hear you. Say hi.
Look at her. Hi.
So this is pretty much it for our show today. Thank you guys for watching. You can find us anywhere podcasts are played, specifically on iTunes, www.sportsandsorts.libsyn.
Hey, there's Cam. They're all in there.
Eating an apple.
Got an apple. He's all healthy.
Yeah, he is very healthy.
I don't remember the last time I don't know.
And you can also,
or anything healthy.
you can also check us out on YouTube, where we go live every Monday at 10, Wednesdays at 11, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Find us on Facebook.com/Shane and the Bryman, Twitter @Shane and Bryman. Find me on Twitter @Einhorn
Is turkey healthy?
Yes.
What about mashed potatoes?
No.
Stuffing?
No. Yeah. Depends. So stuffing's good. Like I rationalized it yesterday. Before I was going to work out, I ate like an early lunch, and I figured I was going to work out about an hour later. Yeah. So what I did was I had a lot of turkey, because the turkey breast is actually better for you than chicken breast.
Yes.
So I had some turkey breast, ate that. I ate that, and then I had a side of stuffing on the side, because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be working out. I'm gonna work out pretty hard. I need to have some carbs, because I don't want to have my brain just melt in the middle of my workout. So I needed the carbs. I'm not counting all the fat that's in it, but
right. Yeah.
Stuff around.
This is great.
All right. So where are you on Twitter?
You can find me at _Bry_man. Look at her. So cute.
She got the best laugh of all time.
She does. Meanwhile, Cam is just attacking that apple.
Yeah. Oh, he loves
apples.
He loves apples. It's like his favorite. All right. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye. Stay classy, Planet Globe.
We gotta go dinner with Mimi and Papa. Or not dinner, lunch. We're gonna have lunch with Mimi.
I have to go put up the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And then do some outdoor lights.
We'll start that soon.
I can't put anything in the ground. It's frozen. I can't put any stakes in the ground, or like the spotlight that shines on the front door.
I have to put the little markers on for my driveway, and I can't do it.
Yeah.
I love it. Come on.
We actually have some that are already up.
Yeah, we haven't done it yet.
Keep those up all year, actually, but she's touching the hair. It's great.
She's touching the hair. She's moving the microphone.
You're getting the drug rat jump. You know what's funny? Like, this doesn't even faze me. I mean, this is like life every day.
And Cameron's hitting the Bryman blocked part.
See, you know what's funny though? Like, I do miss this a little bit, because my two oldest kids are 12 and 9, so there's not as much as the climbing all over me anymore. Like, I don't have the climbing all over me anymore, which is fun.
Yeah.
I do miss that. So I'll have to wait for Lex to do that, to get a little older before that starts. But, yeah, because Belle and Caitlin's like a brooding teenager in her room.
She'll just destroy you.
Just a little too old to be climbing on me. So, yeah, I do miss this, though. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. That's why I'm just keeping this going, so I can enjoy watching you get tortured.
We'll see you later. I'll talk to you later. Bye. We're told.
We're clear.